see if this is streaming. Don't know if it is. If it's not, I'm going to have to record it. Oh, oh, that's funny. Yeah, I am live. I just couldn't see it, so I'm just going to check. Lost something?
Yeah, I'm just looking at support like that.
Do you want that?
What? Yeah, that's right.
Just check that I can hear. Yeah. Sort of fell out with something. He's doing some painting in the other room. So I was going to record this, but I thought I'd just do it live anyway. People might be out and about because it's been quite nice weather, even though the sun keeps popping out and going in, and it is cold outside if you're not in the sun, and it's just gone behind the clouds. So yeah, but was out this morning. I put a little video up of me in the garden this morning. I was having a cup of tea and doing a bit of doodling, which I'm about to show you in a minute before I do the cards. So I'm going to show you a few bits first and then do a little reading and see what happens. So, art-wise, well, mind you, before that, talking about the garden, I was saying to my fella we need to plant some things this year because I've planted sweet corn before, tomatoes. We've got wild strawberries in the garden now, which are absolutely beautiful. If you're there, say hi, because I can see people in. Potatoes, I think we did once when Finn was younger. So we're going to have another go. And my pansies are doing really well outside. I showed a little small video of that on my little small short videos. But I forgot that at work we have magazines sometimes, and if they're damaged or anything that's in the front, we can sort of have. So there was all these like seeds from some gardening, I don't know, magazine or something. So I've got peppers. I haven't even looked at these. Beetroot. Hi Karen. Lettuce. So I'll have to look when you can sow them. I know you can start sowing them indoors. You know, now May sort of time. Anyway, courgette. Lettuce, tomatoes, which I love doing, and lots of chilies. And I love chilies anyway, so that might be a good little thing to start doing soon with Finn inside, because this conservatory is like a greenhouse anyway before they go outside, because obviously you don't want the little seeds to grow into little, you know, when they come up and then the birds get in them. So I'm going to keep them. Remember about them. How are you, Karen? Also, this was a book that I found in my loft a while back when we were sorting it out, because we've always had, and my sister's got stuff up there as well of books and things we've had in the past. And I also found where is it? Oh yeah, it's there. I will show you this. Well, I found some pictures of me, my mum and my sister today from quite a few years ago. That's my mum, me, my sister. Way before I had Finn. Finn wasn't about then. And then in this little box, I found a picture of my mum. This is in Germany. Me as a baby. I'm not showing you them all. My eldest when he was younger. There's a few pictures of Finn. Finn was a bit of a fatty bum bum. Funny enough, I was talking to someone at work the other day about my dad used to drive tanks and that's a picture of my dad. It might have been in Belize or somewhere actually, faffing around with a tank. I found some. Where are they? A picture of Finn when he was a baby eating toast. Yeah. Chop the ends off your garlic bulb, put it in water, still it sprouts. Yeah, I've actually done that, Karen. I've done it in soil, and I've planted my garlic clove, and the shoots came out, and you can keep eating them. I love garlic, but I want to grow some like proper big garlic bulbs in the garden as well, because I absolutely love garlic. I found a picture of me with blonde and brown hair. That was ages ago. Blonde and brown hair. Picture of Finn laughing on the swings. There was, yeah, there's just some funny little pictures of Finn when he was a chunky monkey. And I think, oh, just my dad again. This was in the Blue Lagoon Caves. Is that Belize? With his mates. In the army, so obviously this was years ago because that's when my dad was a lot younger. But yeah, sorry dad. But that's my dad in the middle. But yeah, so that was quite funny to look at. And I found some of these little pictures, so they're in there. What else? I forgot that I was using this wooden plywood, I should say. Sorry, my thing's not working properly today. Plywood that I was using for some other crafts, but I'm thinking about painting on plywood because I'm having a real. Well, me and my fella were like wondering what our medium is best with art, and I've always thought about painting on wood. I have done years and years and years ago because I painted sunflowers on someone's garage in Spain, but it was my eldest grandma actually that I did it for. But yeah, I've got quite a few of these because I'm going to try something with that. So let me put that up there, and then I have been, after I came out of the garden, I pulled some tarot cards for me for a message, and I got some beautiful messages. So I've saved this book that I got off a friend the other week when I was showing you, and this like Art Nouveau style notebook that I was going to keep my messages for me in here of my spiritual practice. So I don't need to show you that because that's for me, but I've decided to keep them here because it is quite a nice lovely notebook. And I have had a few things that I've got free from where I work because it's an arty place, of these papers and things that I'm going to use, I think, in my journals, because I'm going to be showing you more journaling like I've done in the past, you know, my journals, my art books, art journaling, and see where that goes. But just let me see if I can sort this camera out a little bit. Sorry, it's because my tarots are in the way, but if I can just, yeah, so I don't know if you can see, but I made this Can I ever get this camera right? This. Oh, there's my new caddy. Is this the right way up? There's my new caddy. This is a thing I put a picture up the other day. A pink caddy. That's what I was fixing to put all my art stuff in. I've still got to put my crayons in. So they all stay in one place there. And I've got my chimes up there as well. And my trumpet over there we have to bring in because it's been raining. But going back down, where is it? Let me get it in focus. This is a little sticker I made. I think it was last night. I need to get this the right way around. That way around. Is it that way around? Right way around. Don't know if that's the right way around for you, but sorry, I'm so trying to. There we go. Not down my top. Can you see him? It's a little cacti plant. So that is. Oh, I'm getting this camera all wrong. Where are we going? There. I'm sticking under the right place. There he is. My God, what a kerfuffle. You see? The little sticker. The little happy cacti plant. So yes, we've got my art rank. Good morning, hope you're having a fantastic day. I am, because I'm in my element, and that is when I'm arting. That's when I'm in my most happy place. That's why I'm always showing you a lot of my art. Anyway, this also is the colour's gone a bit on it. Was a clay hummingbird that I made a fridge magnet ages ago, but the it fell on the floor. And the wing was about here and it broke off, so a fella said just file it down a little bit, and I just found it in a drawer. So I might stick this on one of my cameras actually. Does it stick on? Yeah, it does. Show you. This camera. See it? There. So yeah. So I'm going to show you what I was doing in the garden this morning. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day as well. I'm going to do some tarot readings in a minute. Well, a tarot reading for the whole, but I'll just show you what I was doing a bit of yesterday and this morning in the garden, which was in this new journal I got, this picture book. I'm still working on this one. So we have the little Neri Guardian at the beginning of the Earthbound Arts, which, if you've noticed, I have changed my name again because I just keep putting it in and looking at it a few days after going, do I like? I don't know. I don't know yet what this channel is going to be called, so if it keeps changing, you'll have to wait till I get used to it. But at the minute, I think it's Janine's Tarot Art and Magic because that is what I'm into. And if you're like, oh my God, I thought your name was Dolly. My name's Janine, but Dolly's my nickname, and they both mean the same things in Hebrew meaning, so that's quite funny. Then we've got this little fairy little girl. Don't know what's going on in this picture yet. She is in a circle, and this isn't finished yet, this little illustration. And then this is what I started last night and was doing a bit of in the garden this morning. So we'll try and come in a little bit closer. We just try and shove this up a little bit more. I'm really in a good place this morning for putting my, there, that's better. It's because my tarots are in the way, but I think you get the gist. So this was what was going on, and I think this is what I meant by my drawings when I was talking about dream state, because there's lots of different things going on in this picture, as you can see. So if you can see, I can balance this right. We've got like an earthy, this isn't finished by the way, an earthy lady like Gaia lay down here. It says breathe, and like there's breath coming out, but I've put stamps on, she's got like flowers growing on her. We've got like this lady going on there with the pink hair, which I really love, because I do think if my hair goes all white in the future, I would love to put pink on it. Someone asked me, I think it was Elle, about what pen did I use for this. It's not, it's some card that I got from work, which is, if I can find it, here. It's like metallic crackle like gold and silvers. So it's just a little stash that I've got, that I got for free, that I thought I'd use, because like I said, I work at an art place and we get bits and bobs free now and again, so if there's bits I think I can use, instead of them going to waste, I'd rather use them. So that's what's on there, is actual like a metallic card, which I thought would look great in this picture. So like I said, this picture isn't finished. I'll be doing a bit more on it this evening or after I've come off this video. And that's as far as I've got in this book. Now sometimes with these pages, if you're using this is felt marker, are they called alcohol? Because they're not alcoholic, alcoholic. Yeah, anyway, whatever markers they are, they bleed through. So sometimes you can glue the page. What I like to do is I'll probably draw another face that's a little bit different to this one and make a whole different picture. But I'll show you that next time, in case you do art journaling and you're always like, oh, when it bleeds through. That's why I don't use felt tips all the time, but you can make something new out of the pattern that comes through the other side. Hi Michelle, good morning, listening while driving to the woods for the day. Oh, you're going to the woods. Brilliant. I'd love to be in the woods like that, but I've been in the garden. And I was going to pick a dandelion before, but I forgot, because I was telling someone the story the other day of the dandelion, because when the dandelion was made, God asked, what would you like to be? What sort of flower would you like to be? And the dandelion was like, oh, I want to be like the sun. Actually, let me go and get one. Let me go and get one. 1 minute. And sometimes I like to harvest my dandelions, because they're known as a weed, but they're not a weed. They're a very good plant, and it means your ground is good, and you can use the dandelion for tea, herbal teas. You can use the roots. Apparently you can make dandelion coffee. I've never done that, but I don't know if it's vitamin K or something. It's got good properties in it if you really look into it. I have got a herbal book, but yeah, they have got good properties in them. But the hi mail dot, the dandelion said, I would like to be like the sun. No, 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 I would like to be like the moon. Or maybe, no, I would like to be like the stars. So the dandelion got its wishes, because when the dandelion grows, it buds into this and it looks like the sun. And then when it grows in, when it dies off, it sort of goes into the, the big puffy, I don't know what they call them in America, we call it like a clock, the dandelion clock, when you blow the little seeds. That looks like the moon, and then when you blow the seeds, they look like stars. So the dandelion got its wish. So I might use that after. And I'll put that on the side, maybe to dry out. Mind you, it'll go puffy when it dries out. So that's a little story if you don't know the story of the dandelion. So I think that's it, and I've got quite a few different stamps and things that I've been given for free, so I'm going to be using them. All sorts of bits and bobs that I can use in my artwork, and I'll be showing you them. So before I go, because this was just a little hello on Saturday, and I've got a week off now. I mean, we've got bank holiday coming up anyway, so you might see me a little bit more this week, coming with a bit of arty stuff, just some little breaks when I come for breaks. I've got so much to do. I'm still clearing stuff out, just things I don't want, other stuff I'm keeping. This room always changes a million times anyway. I've got some art projects I want to get on the go, which I'll be sharing with you in the future. So I'm trying to get structured, as I said the other day, more structure of me being organised in all areas of home, work, kids, art, just to be structured a bit more, which will help me. Hi Berwick, just to help me about being a bit more structured on here with what I'm doing, and some little art projects that I want to do. One of them that I am thinking of doing is quite a big project, but that's fine because it'll keep me busy, and it'll probably take me into winter as well, this winter coming, which is fine. It's just something for me, but I'll share it. It could turn into something else, we will see. But I'm not talking too much on my projects because I learned about, you know, energy wise concerning things like that. So I'm going to keep that to myself for the minute. So what I'm going to do is I've got, just move these out of the way, 3 lots of tarot oracle cards. So I've got the tarot in the middle, which is my favourite at the minute, which is the Light Seers Tarot, which is this one. I love it. And then we've got Earth Magic, and we've got, I think it's, let me have a check, Angels and Ancestors. So we've got Earth Magic and Angels and Ancestors, and I'm going to lay them out on here, and we're going to see what the message is for today and moving forward. Because I believe it was Pisces in Venus in Pisces yesterday. We all know, you know, that's the 12th house, and a lot of people are going into that energy of Pisces, which is, you know, creativity and spiritualness, and, you know, bringing in, we've got trying to set in new, you could say, habits and things, because we're trying to get rid of the old ones that we've had, you know, in this new, where we're going now. Because if we've gone round the clock, you could say, and Pisces was the last house, we're going into a new cycle, so it's new energies. So that's why you're trying to bring in more of what you want, and that's why I knew I was getting a message from Spirit to myself, my higher self, saying you need to be more structured, so you're pushing yourself forward and you're not forgetting. Because if I have, which I have got in the other room, which I'm going to be doing while I'm off, because I just needed time to get into the book. I have got myself an old, actually I'm going to go and get it. I don't know which book, because I have absolutely loads of art books. I've got like a spiritual sort of book there, which is for me. I've got a goal setting one. It's just little bits and things that I doodle, but I've had an old Filofax that I've had for a while, and it's an A5 one. I thought I chucked it out and I found it. What's good about this is you can buy the new inserts to put in. So I have got inserts for this year, a bit later on in the, well, not that late on in the year, but March. We're in April now, so I'll have to get rid of them because I'm starting, I needed time off to do all the stuff that I need to do this week, and I will be setting up in here, because you can use different sections for financial things, home, whatever, you know, the mundane life, your magical life, everything planning out. So I'm not gonna, because sometimes I'm always like, I don't want to write anything down because I'll remember, and sometimes I forget. And Pisces are a bit like that. They're off there, and they don't want to deal with other things sometimes. So I think I need to see it, but I also need to make it interesting and creative. I'll probably doodle in it and stuff like that, because it'll keep me in it. I've tried this so many times, but it's something I really want to do this year. You know, getting out of old habits is, I'd like to do this as a new habit. So you'll be probably seeing this pop up now and again. So who's just come into chat? Mr. B1714, hello. Anyone else who may be listening in the background. So let's get on with the reading. I'm just looking for, yeah, I did have a candle on, but it smelled a bit, so I'm gonna do Josh stick. Just clearing the energies away before the reading, if this lights, which it is doing. I might be able to light my candle again, actually. I don't think it was candle, I think I had a wax melt on, I think it was that, didn't like it. letting that go on too much then. So, no. No, I'll keep blowing it out. So, just a bit of cleansing. I'll stick that in there. Stephanie Young, good morning Janine. Good morning Stephanie Young. So here we go. I'm going to lay them out, have a good look at them, and then intuitively read what I'm feeling. So, got amethyst, I'm going to take that off. We've got this lovely, I'm sure this is selenite, heart, I've had for a while. And my nana's favourite, which was turquoise, a very spiritual stone, protection and everything. So I'm going to go with the Lightseers Tarot first, see what we get. Hi Rachel, how are you? Hi Rachel. I've got your lights up here but not on. Oh, yes. You might not be able to see all of them on camera. I might not be able to get them all in, but yeah, we got the tower. Love the tower. Like I said, I might not get all of these in shot, but that's okay. You don't really need to see them. Ah, right, the ones that I've turned over, because it was way too many, I will pick up. Show these the right way. Oh. See if I can get another one in. Well, this piece of wood to just fit the cards in, so yay, that one came out. And then we're going to go with, so I'm going to put that here. Messing with this bloody camera. Yes. Yes, definitely. Definitely. And then see what we get off. Oh, there you go. Celebration. Veils. Good reading. I got vulnerability the other day. I'll put that there. So I'm going to move these aside. I'm going to try and put them down here. Actually, you might not be able to see them, but to try and make the whole story. And the message is, you may be getting messages from spirit, from your higher self, to not get caught up in the otherworldly stuff. Like I have always said, you are allowed to observe, but you don't need to get caught up in it. Take what you need, especially with the way you think about things. Take what you need, and keep walking towards the light. Meaning, take what makes you happy, not other people's thoughts. You can listen to other people's thoughts and what they're saying, but you just take what you need to make you move forward. As in the Chariot, the number 7, you're driving your destiny. You know, the cosmos is helping you, but you're with your own knowledge of what makes you happy and where you think your soul direction lies, which you should know because it's very easy. It's a thing that makes you the most happiest. You can help drive that with the energies of the universe that are coming in to help, and you can balance things up, you know, in both realms, because there's a lot of balancing that needs to be done here on the earthly realm, because there's a lot of energies coming in from above everywhere. As I've always said, we need to be balanced here, especially with what's going on out there at the minute. It's confusing a lot of people. A lot of people are feeling, you know, confused, angry. They're going to be getting angrier, by the way, with things that are going on out there. So you might be quite calm, like a lot of us are, because we can see what's going on. We can talk about, we can observe it, but we're not going in anger. But you may find it frustrated because of the people around you not understanding what's going on or not seeing. And the towers are falling down now, we all know. And it's funny how it's got squirrels on it after I put that squirrel picture up yesterday. Tower's not a bad thing. It's your tower could be falling down. All our towers fell down, and the towers are falling of the old guard, but yours might be falling down, meaning the old habits, the old ways of thinking, all that has to fall down. You will hear people talking about this all the time. Thank you, Rachel. About if we're building a new world, then the old world needs to be rebuilt again. So the foundations of the old world that has never really worked for us, because it's only been for some, is crumbling and falling down. We will rebuild. That's what we're doing. The foundation's strong. That's also you rebuilding yourself. Make sure your foundations are strong with where you're going, what you believe in, and what you're doing, all from the highest good as well. So yeah, you'll be seeing people fall down, meaning there's a lot of people crumbling, their towers are falling down because of things that they may have believed in, especially what the media put out and what we've been taught and all this. This is beginning to crumble, and you're seeing more of it, and you're going to see more people crumble because their life is based on these lies, and when they find out, they're not going to be very happy. But if you're building a strong foundation because you're understanding that, you're going to be strong for them people around you when their towers begin to fall, if you get what I'm saying. There's a lot of people wondering if they're going to be going away or on holiday, you know, wondering what's going on in the world with all, if this rubbish in the world is still going on with travelling arrangements, if you get what I'm saying, with certain things that are going on out there, you know. Passions of travelling again. You will be travelling again for those people who may not be travelling at the minute because of certain things going on and wondering, is it ever going to go? Well, it is, because the tower's falling on all areas of different things. A massive message is nurture your heart, because it can be very draining, and if you're giving your energy away to people or things that take all the time or are not doing you any good, that's why I say, you know, watching the news, even stuff like that, you're going to feel very drained. It's a time for, you know, we were doing this over the winter, but in spring you're still nurturing because the plants are growing up, but they're still little baby seedlings that we're nurturing. Like I was saying before about planting seeds, you've got to nurture them seeds as they grow through spring to summer. So be kind to yourself over this these next seasons, because I think it's going to get crazier out there, and you need to, you know, if you're feeling tired, rest. Don't get caught up in arguments and things that are not going to do you any good anyway. Just observe and don't absorb everything. You may be getting new friends coming back. Maybe new friends are coming back because they've started to see what's going on, or maybe started to think different about things. This could go with travelling again, or you've been feeling emotional because you haven't been seeing friends. It could be an old friend that's coming in, getting back in contact again. You You may have new ideas that are coming in. I think there's a lot of new ideas coming off the younger generations as well. They're not all asleep and into just, you know, the material. But have you got new ideas that you've been thinking of to push forwards because we're going in new energy again? You might have new ideas. You might be thinking, I don't know how I'm going to put that forward. We've just got to start it. Like I said, I've got some art projects to do. I've just got to start them and see where they go. I found it very hard over the past few years to wonder what my major is with art, but yeah, starting to get the gist of it. And I was laughing at the fella today because he was doing some art painting, and it was really funny because last night it ended up everywhere. It was on my dining room chair, everywhere. I said, you need the garage to go and make a right mess in there with some of the art that he's been doing. Sorry, I'm just looking at my stuff over there. And then we've got the Knight of Pentacles, a reliable person who's hard work and travel by land. It could be a job offer either. Reliable person. Pentacles is earthly, it can be to do with finances as well. There's a lot of stuff going on with finances in the outside world with certain bills going up and stuff like that, which I've said to people, in the end it will have to crash. A tower will have to even fall on that area, because I did put a video up before about oil and stuff. It's ongoing, it's infinite, it's everlasting, it doesn't run out, it resources itself because the earth makes oil. You could say it's like the bloods of the land, or what, you know, most of us know that, macro, but it's everlasting, so it's free energy. You know, we all go on about free energy, or, you know, the free energy. Yeah, free energy is everywhere. It's also the earth's energy of the actual, you know, what's the word? What is the word? The earth's resources. We can use them. That's why they fight over them. But they do it in a way where they put certain prices on certain stuff that shouldn't really have a high price like they do. I'm not really going into that, but if you understand about that, you know, people go on about free energy, energy this, energy that, there's this energy and that energy, but that is also a free energy because it's from Gaia, given to us to use. Shouldn't really be as expensive as it is, but that's how I see it anyway. But that was just proven on a video today. But there's many different sources of energy. And then we got then we got the Six of Wands, which is, if you can do all this with the whole listening to messages that are coming in divinely for you to help you move forward, because we're all different with you could say soul purpose, which is the thing that makes you the most happiest, because people are into different things. You've just got to get back to that, which is love. What do you love to do? And then you can shine like the star you are on your realm, on your stage, because you are the actress on your stage. It's your realm, you know, what you want to do, and you need to shine, and it's your time to shine now, of putting that forward that you'd like to bring to the world. I'll talk about a chat if anyone reminds me that I had a chat with the girl that worked the other day, and it was really nice, aligned with all this. So that's there. Then we had trader, exchange energy to create abundance. Now he's a trader, he's got these pillows and carpets in the background. That's an exchange of energy. Someone giving you, I've said this before, money is an exchange of energy. That's just how it works in the physical, mental realm that we're in. Yeah, we're all mental because this is a mental realm that we're all in. And money, you know, if you're going to go to this guy, you need to give him money to buy one of these lovely cushions or carpets, unless maybe he's got something he might like off you and you could exchange it. But we are still in a world where we do use that. Makes me laugh when people think we're not, because it's like, well, at the minute we are, and that's how the world works at the minute. It's nothing bad about that. It's just a physical form of energy, many different forms. Then we've got the dream and journey. You know, maybe you should be writing your dreams down in a journal, because it's your dream journey. Take notice of your dreams. I had one last night, I can't remember what it was. I know it was something funny, something about a train. People on a train. It may come to me. I should have really wrote it down when I got up, but I didn't. And then we've got Air Guardian, shift your perception. Well, it's all about shifting your perceptions, because that is what's going on in the world right now. People are going to have to shift the perceptions of what's going on, because when they find out the truth, there's going to be a massive shift. That's what the shift is. But a shift of perception, because we've not been told the truth about everything. And I've always said perception is what side you're looking at. Are you only looking at one thing and not others? Do you listen to others, even if you're thinking, oh, I'm not quite sure? But are you listening just to get a different take on things, and then maybe make your mind up then? It's like I've said, if you're only listening to the media, mainstream, you're never going to get another perception on something else that may be happening to actually make your mind up. You can't really make your mind up on something if you're only getting one story, because there's many stories. And then we've got celebration. I dream of journey. Yeah. Celebration. There's going to be massive celebrations when the shift calms down, you could say, because there's a lot of people that still need to wake up to certain things, and people might say a celebration, it's really hard when people come to the truth. It is, but like with the tower, it'd be a celebration of new things coming and people being able to do, how would you say, things that don't get in the way and stop us and try to suppress us and depress us and keep people small, when we can be as big as we want. When the veil, see the veiled, it's been veiled for a long time. You've got the sun coming in. Sol is coming in, the sun, the light. Light is information. I've said before, the dark is lack of information. Lack of information is like mainstream media, even though it's starting to come through, which is good. You can't know the truth if you only got snippets of information. You know, you're in lack of the information. The light will shine, and it will show the truth of everything. Because if there's something hidden in the dark, if this is going on over here and it's never been seen because it's been kept in the dark, which a lot of it has, when the light shines on it, you're going to see it. Obviously, there's no if, no buts about it. If you're shining a light on it, the dark can't hide in the light. It's going to be shown. And then rain. Well, it has been raining, and we are in the month of April. Purification, because rain is purification. I've been noticing for a few years, don't seem to have the old chemtrails anymore like we used to. Not the funny ones anyway. I've noticed in my realm of consciousness. So that's good. So I'm just going to sit here a minute and see if anything else is coming in. I've got do not fear about what others say, you know, about what you may want to go and do with your sole purpose. Because as I was saying, I had a chat with a friend on Friday at work, and she's a lot younger than me, and she said, oh, you know, I'm thinking about going to college to do this, this and this, because it's something I've always wanted to do, but I put it aside because I didn't think I could do it. But now I think I found a solution where I will be able to do it. I said, go for it. She went, yeah, because this job is just a job, you know. We have to have a job to, you know, get money to live, because that is the way it is at the minute. And she said, but I want something that I really know I'd enjoy. So I said, yeah, exactly. And then she said she's been doing some sewing at home. She's got into sewing. I said, it's good, isn't it, when you've got like a release, like I love drawing and stuff like that. It's like my form of meditation. She went, yeah, because I can't wait to get home. I'm excited to go home to start it after work, because work where I am can be a bit mundane. So if you've got something in your life that is keeping you uplifted, and you can't wait to go and do it, even if it is after work, even if it's for a couple of hours or maybe an hour or so, that's how it works. A lot of people don't have that, because they'll say they haven't got time, because they'll just be sitting watching the TV. And it's like I've always said, you have got time. I'm outside looking at the trails, very heavy. Really? No, not here. But yeah, and I said, that is exactly it. And she said something like, yeah, because I've always wondered, she sort of said, I've always wondered what my sole purpose is. And she went, I've just realised what it is. I said, yes, it's the thing that makes you happy. And even in this world where we are, you have to find them things that you love in your life, before it's too late. Like people say, oh, I should have done that then, and I waited till this time. We normally are older when we find out, but if you get what I'm saying, you don't have to be sat there getting to a certain age just sitting on the couch watching telly. This is what me and the fella talk about all the time. You need to be putting your energy into something you absolutely love. Like, I love coming on YouTube talking because I'm a chatty person. I love it, so that's why I do it. I love tarot. I love, like, fantasy sort of mythical things, because there's a lot of truth in them. I love art. I love my little instruments. So I'm going to be showing more of it, and hopefully, like I said, I've got some projects that I think could be good for me and others in the future, of pushing me forward with either something that could be on the side or could be a career or whatever, because that's how you work it out. If you're in a job you don't like, then if it's not too bad, you're alright, but then you need to find something you do like. And you do love creating or whatever it is, because it'll bring you, it just makes it a lot easier here in this mental realm that we live in, because this world is mental. It is a mental, as it makes you mental, but mental as in physical, mental thinking, if you get what I'm saying with that. It's a mental realm. And we get taken away by the things we love by distractions of the TV. It's not saying don't watch TV, but I keep saying this. If you sat there saying you don't have time to do things you did when you were younger, if you enjoyed anything when you were younger and you'd love to bring it back, but it's like, oh, I haven't done it for years. I haven't got time. I've got kids and that. Make the time. Don't watch Coronation Street then. All that's rubbish anyway. It's boring, it's morbid, it's depressing. It's all to keep you away from the things that you could be putting out there for the world, because that's what it's all about. It's about finding what you love, expressing that love through whatever expression it is. Mine is art, mainly, and putting it out there. I couldn't think of anything more sad than going to work. It's not like I'm not really into my job that I'm at the minute, but I know when I come home I've got stuff to do that I really do love, so it doesn't make it as hard, if you get what I'm saying. But I can't imagine people who come home who absolutely hate the job, come home, have no sort of creative outlet or anything they love, even if that's reading or whatever it is, sitting there in front of the TV and just wasting the energy sat there doing nothing. When people say, oh, I wish I could do that, I wish I could do this, well, go and learn how to do it, because it's all learning here. If you want to learn how to do it, go and learn how to do it. There's many different platforms that show you different things. Find a solution that could push you forward to go and do something. If you have to take a course, take a course. There's nothing wrong in things like that. That will help you. Yes, it's very mental over here. It's mental everywhere in the world right now, but it is a mental realm that we live in, as in, I don't just mean mental mad, I just mean mental thinking, the way the world is. it gets us thinking all the time. That's why the media push so much with certain stuff, because they want people not really thinking about the things they want to be doing. They want to suppress the people and keep them down in negative energy and keeping them tired, worn out, depressed, so they don't have the energy to go and create, because we are creative beings as far as I'm concerned. Family coming over, we'll catch up soon. Thank you, Rachel, and enjoy. If you sort of get what I'm saying with all that sort of energy going on. So we're building the foundations. You need to start building your foundations up, whether that's healthier eating, putting something in, like I said, getting organised, so you can see where there may be blockages or gaps that you might need to fill in. There's something I'm going to be doing with art that I'm going to be putting together next week. There's a few projects I'll be working on that may help. I'm doing them for me, but I will share because they may help you, where it would be quite a nice visual to see where the gaps are and where you'll be able to put things in, you know. And you should be at least doing something good every month, getting out, and new situations or learning situations every month. You know, if it's just once a month, doing something, learning something, that keeps you on track. Because like I said, if you're just sitting there watching TV, that's YouTube as well, whatever, you know, when you get home, you're constantly there and you're not actually doing action to anything else in your life, nothing's ever going to shift. So, you know, all that thing, like I'm saying to people out there, if you want to learn something creative, or you want to go and learn how to dance or play an instrument or something, you need to start putting action behind that to do it. Otherwise, you're going to get further on down the line and go, do you know what, if I did it then I'd be here now. So, you know, are you getting these messages in about change? You know, we all know we've got certain habits we would like to get rid of, and that's what we're working on, but it's just baby steps of doing that. Like I said, don't be listening to other people, do what's right for you, but you guide your destiny. There's some things that come in, you know, energy and things that like are coming in globally, that are coming in whatever, and you can't stop it, but what you can help to change is you in your realm of consciousness, and what you're going to do next, and how you're going to react and take things on board and move forward with your action in your life. Nobody else is, just yours. But like I said, a lot of rest is needed, because that's very healing. Ideas, if you're getting any ideas, write them down, put them in a journal, just keep them there. Maybe pick one a month and maybe work towards it, or it might be a thing that you're just hoping it will come in this year. Write it down, because like I said, you are the light in your world. The only one who's going to bring you happiness is you, because you know what makes you happy. Other people can say what they think makes you happy, or I think you should do this for a job, or you might do that would make you happy. Well, you're the only one who knows that, because you're the one who has conversations with yourself. You're the one that feels what you love and what you like. So nobody else can do it for you. It's up to you. But the main one I'm getting is definitely the tower's sticking out. The tower is sticking out because we're seeing towers falling down all over the place. People see this as a scary card, like the tower falling. Oh my god, it's like, especially in the old tarot, people falling off. It's just a breakdown of the old system. A lot of people might not like the new that's coming in, but we're changing all the time. We ain't cavemen anymore, even if that was real. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. Change has to come, whether you like it or not. So, is your tower feel like it's falling down? But remember, there's little butterflies in there, if you can see. It's all ascension, it's all growth, it's all things need to crumble sometimes so you can rebuild and grow it, you know. It's a bit like when you're gardening, I believe, when you're planting certain plants, food-wise as well, you have to rotate the where you plant the food the year after. Sometimes you can't always plant, for example, the sweet corn where the sweet corn was last time. You have to, not that I'm dead big on gardening, but I know you can do that because they'll grow better moved around. Well, that's a bit like the cycle of life, isn't it? They don't need that soil because they took the nutrients, if you get what I'm saying, so they'll go over there. in a bit of a different area, and they'll grow, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And sometimes, like I say, it will look a bit scary sometimes, but after a while you're like, what was I afraid of? There was nothing to actually be afraid of. And that's how we go through life anyway. We're always thinking, because it's a mental realm, oh, what if this happens? And oh, what if I went to this course and there was people there that were this, this and this? Oh, will people think this, this and this? But when we actually do it, it's never ever as bad as we thought it was. It's never ever as, we make it into something even bigger than it is, and it never is. So it's funny, but are you getting messages coming in for you? You could even be finding a romantic partner if anyone's on their own. Someone who wears the heart on the sleeve, got a little heart on the sleeve there. There could be new, you know, with all this new energy, people who are single could be meeting new people, because I'm not being funny, more movement now than there was over the past 2 years with the you-know-what. Not that a lot of us took notice of that. But with more movement, you could be finding people more on your level and meeting new people if you're getting out and about. I think we're off to a party in a few weeks, and I can't wait, because I think it's an 80s disco, which will be really good, to just let off some steam and have a laugh. Will be fun. This is what I'm saying about making sure you're having fun times out as well, because as much as we like our creature comforts, getting out in nature, seeing friends, having a good dance somewhere with a load of friends, doing things like I've said to my fella, we need to go go to a few more art exhibitions, because we went to one last year and I can't remember what the name of it was, and that was good. Depends what the question is, because I see people start like that all the time. Be aware, mods. So yeah, I'm just thinking I might take another card before I go. I'm just going to put these back. So I will be recharging myself this week coming, because like I said, I'm on holiday now. I've got a little bit of a break. It's Easter holidays, spin still off, so I've got a bit of time for myself to do a bit more stuff, which I'm glad about, because like I said, there's a lot of projects I want to put into progress in some different journals that I've got. I'm keeping some separate from others. There's one that I'm going to be keeping a little bit of a secret for a little while, until I get a couple going, and then I'll probably share it. Depends what the question is. You haven't said anything. That's Earth Magic, that's one out of there. So why I'm packing these away, how is everyone feeling anyway? Because like I said, Monday's energy was really weird. Tuesday it felt like it had cleared. Yesterday went really quick. Friday Zoom past Friday, it was quite good energy yesterday. But it was Venus Day yesterday, so we're in Saturn. Saturn's about structure. It's funny enough saying about the tower. It doesn't mean Saturn, Satan, and it's just the structures that have been in are falling, and we need structure sometimes, but it just depends who's been bringing certain structures in. But it will make you look at the structure of you. Like I'm saying, the tower, do you need a little bit more structure in your life? I know I do, but off myself, not anybody else. In an organisation sense. Because Pisceans are not very good at that. Just let me refresh a minute. So I'm not seeing anyone comment now. So just asking how you all have been. Just trying to think if I've got any more art on the side. Oh, I was going to do a book flipping. I haven't found my blue one that I used to flip through, but I found this other one in the loft. And I am still looking at my feng shui, but I'm trying to sort this room out to feng shui. But it was in some of the areas in feng shui. I'm actually in the right place in this room, so I've not had to move a lot about. So I'm going to flip through the book and see what we've got. I'm going to read off both pages actually, because this is a little one. Even when we are faced with the most difficult problems, we must understand that as long as we are facing them, we are alive. And where there's life, there's hope. Exactly. And this is a whole thing that's going on in the world right now. We're going to have to face what has been hidden. You know, a lot of us have gone through finding out what has been hidden, and it's traumatizing. But we came through it. I was dead shouty when I first found out. Now I've calmed down, because it actually isn't my job anymore to do that. I've done what I can, because when everyone wakes up, they just think that I'm here to save the world, I've got to show blah, 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 got to help everybody else. They can only help themselves. I've done my bit on that. There's other people coming through. What did Papa Daz say? Something about the media? Don't like the media. I could Papa Daz, but I'm not doing individual ones. I may do some point this week coming, because I'm off work, but this was just an overall for everybody. I might pull one in a minute just for everybody. This was for everybody, but I may do that next week, one evening, and do a few for people. And there is hope, because we're seeing things change, and even the media is starting to report on things. A lot of people will think it's just, thank you, it's just other side of the flip coin, but it's never been on this scale, and you can tell that's not what's going on. And then the other side says, well, like I said, we've got to face the problems. If we know what the problems have been, then you can have a solution. If it's been hidden in the dark and you never knew about it, how can you rebuild? The best course of action is always the one we most learn from, and that's why there'll be a lot of learning from when we find out in our individual lives. The best course of action is always the one we learn from. We always get things chucked at us that we feel is bad, or, you know, a bit traumatic, but they are the ones that we normally learn from. If we don't learn from them, it normally keeps coming back until we do. So, and then you start to change things in your life. That's why I laughed a while back when someone was going on about changing this, that and the other. You're always changing. Yeah, thank goodness, because that's what it's all about. You're working on yourself. It's showing change. People go through my videos from the beginning, they'll see me changing different things, going different things. If this channel changes to race car driving next year, then so be it. Do you know what I mean? Learning new things, bringing things in, or bringing more things in that you actually might not share a lot, but you want to share. You don't have to share everything, because you just don't have to. If you don't want to, just share the bits that you want to. And the best bits for me are to share are the things that bring me positivity. It's not that I don't get bits of negativity, or I said, oh, I don't feel down sometimes. I do, but it's not a lot. But I wouldn't be sat on here trying to be morbid or being in that sort of energy, because I don't think it does anyone else any good, and neither would it me. I think I'd depress myself, but I don't have a lot of that, and it's not a thing that I'm normally in a lot, because I tend to just go, right, okay, that was that, right, I'll go off and do something that brings me back up again. So I'm feeling to do work your light cards just before we go. I'm going to go and get something to eat and do some more of my art, and I'm quite excited about getting in my organiser. I'd never thought I'd hear myself say that, like, properly. And I think if I do come and show you more on here, it'll make me stay in it, I hope. But whatever. Oh, and the film, if you got to see Abraham Lincoln the Vampire Slayer, or Abraham Lincoln the Vampire Hunter, it was really good. It says a lot. I was not saying that Abraham Lincoln was a vampire hunter. What I'm saying is, I think he knew about a certain people in the world that are a bit vampiric, if you get what I'm saying. There's certain things that we've learned about. It was very telling, but they'll do it in a story form of, you know, whatever. It was good, especially when his son sat under the desk in the White House as a certain JFK Jr. sat under the desk of his dad's and pictured a lot with, Mr. T actually chose that table, which I think was Abraham Lincoln's as well. I think he had about 7 tables to choose from. And obviously Trump chose JFK's, which I reckon would have been Abraham's. And that place was cleansed before they went in by the lovely Melania, because of the energies that have been in that place from the people before. And we all know about that. Clearing space. So we'll go for 3. Oh, okay, we'll go for 4. We've got share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution. Expression. Share your voice. Share what you love to do. Share how you feel. It is up to you how you want to share things. I personally like to share things that inspire people and help people. But that's also coming across with share your voice as don't be afraid, as the world out there is going crazy, that you can speak about how you see things. It's just the way you do it. You don't have to be all up in anger and all up in this and all up in that. It's a form of expression, and it's the way you do it. Then we've got warrior woman. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? It's for you to figure out what your deepest calling is, and it's warrior woman because the feminine energy has been suppressed for a very long time, and certain stories in certain scripture, they made out the women were bad or they were prostitutes or this, that and the other, when they actually weren't. If you look into that and talking about scriptures, there is a book that Lois put up that I've talked about before, because we all know Quell means source. In German, the word Quell means source. And there is scriptures that are taken out of the Bible called the Gospels of Q. Just putting that out there. Join the dots. Yeah. Not read it, but I know about it. And it makes me chuckle every time. Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Step up and lead to me means when you're the priestess, you're your priestess, you are the priestess, is more on step up and lead. Show people. It's that saying of be the light you want to see in the world. Show people how to lead. It's not in anger, pointing fingers, shouting, being aggressive, being violent, that people can do out there, especially, like I said, when they find certain truths out. You can still, as we go through what's happening, a lot around the world will still be reporting on certain stuff and putting things out, but they'll be doing it in a higher conscious way, if you want to say, because they won't be doing it through anger. They'll be showing how to do it in a different way, because that's how it always was in the past, and that's why we've always failed. People gone up in arms in the wrong way, if you get what I'm saying. But to me, step up to the call is you. Doing it the best way you can, leading others, but in a good way, in a higher consciousness. Because it's like the media, they'll do certain things, the younger generation will follow, and they don't always know what they're doing, but they'll follow because it's trendy. It's the same sort of thing that way. If people around the world saw more positivity, which, in the media, and people helping people, and we've seen that because they've done experiments on that. They've done experiments you've seen before where they had experiments where someone wouldn't, you've seen people, I've seen it anyway, not helping others, people too scared to help others, and you've seen ones where they're helping others so others join in, because people are too worried about what other people are going to think. More people will be doing it, and that's the world we want anyway, is the inspiration, the light, people showing positivity and the love they can put out. That will help people flow that way as well, because that's the natural way. The things that have been going on in the past, certain things where they have, let's say, they have oh, what's the word, when you are given something, they have rewarded people for bad behaviour. And there's a judge out there in America at the minute who's been, just put this out there, who's been basically, how would you say it, not really, is persecuting the right word, paedophiles, has been actually covering their backs. That's not the right way. That's not the right course of action, if you get what I'm saying. There's all that going on. And then there's boundaries. Boundaries is the biggest one. Boundaries is massive. It says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? So this is for everybody out there watching and watching after. Setting your boundaries. You've got this picture of, I don't know if you can see, you're in the middle. All these hands are coming forward. Boundaries. You get to set the boundaries of who you want to be around, you know, the energy you want to be around. People go on about unconditional love, and it's all love, which it is. That's what we're going back to. It's also love for yourself. Love for yourself, it doesn't mean you're saying you're separate from love, and by putting boundaries up means you don't love other people. How can that be for unconditional love? No, you're giving yourself love, and by giving yourself love and unconditional love, you're sending that out as well. But there's certain boundaries, because there are a lot of people that will take and take and take out there, and there are a lot of people that, I've learnt this in life anyway, you'll say yes and yes to, and they know you're a soft touch, because I've been like that since younger. And they'll keep doing that, and they'll keep using it, and they'll keep using you because they know you're a soft touch, and they'll keep wanting to rely on you, and what's the word, like, very, what's the word, attached, like very, what is the word, needy, and they'll just keep taking. So you do have to put boundaries up. Doesn't mean, say it's a family member or a friend, you don't love them. It's just you need to put boundaries up, because if someone's depleting you all the time, you know, feeding off your energy, let's say, you're not going to have any energy for yourself or your family or anything else. So you do have to put boundaries up, because there are people out there that do not understand boundaries. You know, and they'll say, oh yeah, free love, or I'll bring anyone into my home and all that. Well, do you know these people? Could stab you in the back, could steal off you, could do anything. You know what I mean? So you do have to put boundaries up, especially when you don't really know people. It's harder sometimes when you know people, and the friends and family, something like that. But they're a bit like that because they're not understanding of what they're doing, and it's really only out of they're not understanding themselves and what they're doing, and that they need to go and, you know, work through themselves and work out, you know, what would help them move forward, because maybe they're going on about a relationship, and I've done it in the past, and they're needing people all the time. They need, because they need that person to help them do it when really they've got to do it, because in the end, if they don't know how to do it, they'll never know how to do it. And they'll always feel that way, they'll always feel hard done to and stuff like that, because every time that situation comes round again in many different ways, they're never going to learn how to put their boundaries up, or figure out if somebody's right for them, whatever the situation is. They're just going to fall straight into that cycle again. So it's all learning, if that makes sense of what I've just said. The right time, that right in this time, yeah. So especially now, boundaries are very, very, very important. Like I said, some people get really, like I said, a lot of people get really funny, especially if they're all in the love and light brigade, and think, oh, boundaries, we're not supposed to have any boundaries. It's like, yes, you are. It doesn't mean you're harming anyone. It's just saying, I've got a lot of respect for myself and what's going on with my energy and stuff, that, you know, the biggest thing issue, you're not actually here to save everybody else or save other people, even though we like to help. I used to think that you're actually here to help yourself, and when you help yourself, like I said with the priestess, you help others. So that is what's going on today with the cards. Anyway, I'm just trying to look around and see if I've got anything else to say. Oh yeah, the bottle I did, I changed the colour on the top, I needed more wax on it, but it's a bit like a rainbow colour. Probably can't see it now. Don't think it's in very good focus or lighting in here today. But I did change it. Like I said, this was a gift to the house because you can gift the energies in your house, and it's just a thank you for keeping us safe, sheltered, giving back to the energies, the spirits in the house, the energy of your house, because everything is energy, even things that are physical, everything holds energy. So this was a bit of a thank you. Like I said, it was a joy bottle for joy in the house. We have joy in our house. It's just to keep that reminder that, you know, a joyful house. Your house is, this is what I was saying to the girl at work, it's just reminded me, if you're at a job that you don't really like, your house, your home, your heart, when you come home, should be inviting and whatever that is to you, and full of your personalities. And this is why I don't go with fashion trends of decorating houses. I'm not saying it's bad, some people love it, but it's just a trend. And sometimes I've seen people's houses like, oh, well, I'll go through this stage of this colour because it's trendy in the magazines and on TV. Yeah, but it's not telling me what you all like, what your personality is. Like, we're trying to put our own artwork up in our house, and we have lots of twinkly lights and things, and there's other different things we want to do, and we've got more plants in. I remember going to a house many years ago with something that happened with this guy, and I walked in his house and I was like, oh my god, it depressed me because it was very sterile and very like nothing in it really. I'm not saying you have to have loads of stuff, but there was no personality. It didn't make me think that when that person came home from work, because I knew this person was depressed as well, it depressed me walking in the house. There was nothing that gave you joy when you walked through the house of your things and the things that you love, of whatever that is, because everybody's different. You might love a house with nothing in it, but I mean, you must just mean flowers, plants, maybe a really special piece of artwork, something that makes you smile and makes you shut the world out when you come home of your sanctuary, because that's what it's about. There was nothing, and I felt nothing when I went in. I was like, oh god, that's really weird, if you get what I'm saying. So your home is your heart, it's your sanctuary, and that's why sometimes it does make me laugh with certain things, of the trends that came in with where you've got to be sterile in the house and everything's got a, you know, like it went really trendy. It looked like people had nothing in the house. It's like, oh no, I couldn't stand that. I mean, there's a difference between hoarding and stuff like that, but just no personality, nothing that'd give you joy of like, oh, every time I see that picture on the wall I think, oh, or them flowers or whatever it is, or that pop of colour. Like when I used to watch things on the tube of how different people live who were artists, and they had their own artwork up, and they had mad houses of unconventional, you know, it wasn't with the trends, but it was amazing because they were brilliant. They were like treasure troves of like memories and just different. And people would think, oh, I couldn't do that, but yes, you can. It's like my mum would always say, oh, you should have it like this, and I'm like, I don't want it the way you want it. We want it the way we want it because we're living here. So it's got to be a vibrant place. So the vibrancy might be a lot of colour, a lot of flowers, plants, fairy lights, whatever. If you get what I'm saying, the heart of the home. So this was a bit of a gift to thank my home, and give a little bit back. It's like you say, you could have your house brownies, which are like fairies in your house, and that goes back to that picture that I did before of Neri, because that's the name that came in when I put this guy here, this little fairy elemental, Neri, and I didn't know, I can't remember if it's Celtic or something, or different fairies in different languages, and it was something the Ree, something the Ree. I thought that's really funny that I called it Neri, and I have got my little fairy necklace on today as well. So I'm going to go now because I want to go and do some art journaling and get something to eat. And I'm hoping to see you a little bit more with this week coming because, like I said, I'm off work, so I'll be doing some more tarots. I will be doing some more crafting stuff. But if you fancy giving your home something back to the spirit of your home, maybe you could try this. You don't have to have it in a heart-shaped bottle. I just had this about. I had some little ones, but anything, even if you've got a glass bottle you could recycle from a food glass bottle, take the labels off, you can pretty it up, you can tie ribbon around it, like you could put yellow ribbon around here. Actually, I might do that because I've got some yellow ribbon somewhere. Just checking now. This yellow ribbon, I may tie a bit of that around there. It's to remind you as well when you look at it, you think, oh yeah. And I when I had a loved one, I used to shake it up because it's like shaking the energy up because you put the intention in there. But that is a thank you to the house. So you can always do that as a little crafting idea if you want to do that for your house or something else. So I'm going to put that down there, and I'm going to go now because I want to go and do some arting because my fella's arting in there. I want to go and see what he's doing. Probably making a mess. He did something yesterday, it was up the walls, it was on the chairs, we were laughing. I was like, yeah, I think we need to get the garage sorted out for your painting because yours is very messy, not in the front room. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you very soon because when I come on, I miss talking to people on here that are into, you know, open-minded and into the same things. It's really good. Enjoy the reading and chat. Yeah, I keep different bottles. Yeah, you could do that. You could make one for your garden and you could bury it. Thank you to your space outside. You could, yeah, there's all sorts of, you just get creative. Put what you want in it. You could put herbs, spices, salt, and stuff like that. I'll probably be doing more. So like I said, I'm going to be doing more on the tarot and oracles. I just do that intuitively. Art, crafts, and magic. And if you're thinking magic, I'm talking about energy. You know, next time I come on, I'll probably do some heart chakra bowl. I'm not going to do it today, but yeah, like I said, have a great Saturn day today, and tomorrow, Sunday. So it's solar day tomorrow to do with your solar plex, to do with your soul. Do something tomorrow. If you're a bit busy today, you know, Sunday's normally a day of rest, but do something relaxing, but something that you enjoy. And if the sun is out, get out in the sun as well. I got my dose this morning when I sent the little video out, and I really enjoyed it, even though it was a little bit chilly, but it was nice. And the chimes in the garden were going. I definitely need some new chimes for the garden, and hopefully I need to get some little, I might have some in the shed, little the little trays that you do these in, but I need some compost. So I'm off, like I said, I'm off, so I should be able to carry a bag home from the supermarket. I can start getting Finn to plant these, to start them off in here before they go out, because he loves doing stuff like that, and he's still off school, so that'll give him something to do. And hopefully I can share them when they start growing and stuff, and share the garden, because we definitely need to do our garden up. Maybe that could be an art project, because I could draw out where I think things could go. I would love to have a pergola. We'll get a new fencing next month. And there's a bit in the corner. I'll have to show you one time. It's terrible. I don't even know what it is, but we want dug out, and we're not sure what we want to put there. I definitely want a little fairy garden area, but that's going to take time. All of it takes money and time, so a little bit at a time. But I definitely need to grow some veg. I definitely need to get more flowers and roses and things like that, and that's what I'm looking forward to. That is one of my joys as we come into, you know, we're in spring and summer now, is flowers. They make me so happy, so happy. So I'll be showing that, and I might do some garden vlogs as well, as in sitting in the garden chatting, maybe pulling some cards, doing whatever. So I'm going to go, and I will see you soon. Thanks all for coming in.